Guys, welcome to another episode of Michigan Roots. I'm Josh Tanner. In today's episode, we're going to talk about trail cameras and specifically the battery life of trail cameras. A lot of guys are traveling out of state and putting up trail cameras and not always able to go back and check those trail cameras on a regular basis. So we took the season, this last season, 2020, did some research, and we had some trail cameras that we put out, and we came up with a plan as far as building a battery box to add to the longevity and life of our cameras this year. And it turned out pretty well, and it turned out good enough to where we wanted to share it with you guys and the processes that we took and the things that we did to extend the battery life of our trail cameras going into the season. So we'll go step by step on how we did it and show you guys, and leave the links to some of the things that we used, and hopefully it'll help you guys if you've got a upcoming trip this season and you want to put some trail cameras out. Hopefully it'll maybe give you an advantage on keeping the battery life in your trail cameras throughout the entire season. So let's jump into it. All right. So this is what we started out with, guys. Obviously we took this very seriously because trail cameras, you can buy cheap ones, you can buy expensive ones. We went with the Spartan Go Cam, which is the cellular version of the Spartan camera. They're not cheap, so we knew that we needed to do our research before deciding to start plugging in external batteries and stuff into this thing, because you don't want to take the chance that something like this is gonna get fried. So we took it very seriously, did our research, talked to some people. We got a lot of information from Herd 360, which is a website, and I will link that into the video. We've got the Spartan 360 camera here, and what you're going to need to get this going, you're going to need 4 AA batteries, and you're going to want to put those right along the hinge here, and that will get the actual camera fired up. And then when you finally decide, when you get your battery built and you take your power cord and plug it in, the power from the external battery will take over for these AA batteries that are in it. So basically these AA's are just to get this camera fired up to get your service going. If you were to run a full set of batteries in this, the external battery and then the batteries that you'd use in the camera would work against each other, so it just wouldn't work. So we put the batteries in, the 4 batteries in here. And like I said, these batteries are just to get this camera fired up and running. Okay. From there, we bought a 6-volt battery here. This is a model PS6100F1. It is a rechargeable battery, a 12 amp per hour battery. You can buy these off Amazon pretty much anywhere, but anyway, this is, like I said, this is a 6-volt batteries through PowerSonic. So what you're going to need for a charger on this, because this is a rechargeable battery, is you're going to want to just buy yourself an inexpensive trickle charger. This is one made by Moultrie. And there's several companies out there that make trickle charger chargers. So we bought that for any time once this battery dies. So let's get into the box itself. The box itself is a polycarbonate box. One of the things that you want to make sure that you do when you do this search for a battery box on Amazon, like I said, we got this from Amazon, is you want a waterproof box. You don't want a water resistant box. You want a waterproof box. So this is, like I said, this is a polycarbonate box. You can see that it's very shiny on the inside. So what you're going to need to do to take that shine off is we took a Dremel tool with like a sandpaper Dremel on it, and we basically just scarred and sandpapered this entire box up so it would accept paint. If it were just this clear shiny exterior, it does not accept paint well. It would chip off. So like I said, we took the Dremel tool, scarred this all up so it would accept paint. We used just an inexpensive camo paint for that, and that gave us the effect that we were looking for. As far as the cord, this is a cord that we got specifically through the Herd 360 website. This is specifically made for the Spartan Go Cam. The big thing about this cord, and that you're definitely going to want to do, is you are going to want to get a rat-proof cord. The reason why you want a rat-proof cord is for obvious reasons. This thing is going to sit outside. It is going to, you're going to have all sorts of critters checking it out. And if you had something other than a rat-proof cord, the squirrels, the raccoons, whatever critters could get into this, chew this cord in half, and your battery is at that point dead, and you're not getting any life out of it or any pictures or video. So definitely go with a rat-proof cord. We took this cord and we drilled a small hole in the bottom of the box and fished the cord through, and then we siliconed it on both sides to make sure it was sealed up. And then we attached just 2 quick clip ends on it for the battery, a positive and a negative. What you want to make sure to do is to fish the cord through the box before putting on this clips, because then obviously with these clips it adds size. So you want to make sure that this hole that you're drilling in here is pretty much the exact same size as the battery cord that you're going to be putting into it. So from there, we took the battery, hooked the battery up. Let's see, negative, our positive. If we were to do this again, we would probably get a box, battery box that's more sized to this battery. But this was our first go around with this. We ordered the box and we just made it fit. So we just took some styrofoam here that we had and made this fit to where you could take and put this battery in. And then we took some styrofoam packing material, slid that in so the battery is secure in there, so it's not going to move around. And then you just take your power cord, push it down in between so it's nice and snug and not going to be rattling around anywhere in there. Everything's nice and secure. Seal the box up. There's a little keeper on here. You can hang this. If you were to hang this off a tree, you can hang it to a screw-in step or a nail. Anyway, something that's going to be able to hold this weight. From there, come up, take your other end of your cord, plug it right into your camera. That takes over the power on this. You turn it on, sync it up, and once you get it all synced up, the battery takes over for these 4 batteries. You don't need to remove these, you can leave these in there, but anyway, that will take over the power, and then you're all set. So we put this battery, we use this battery in this this camera, let's see, from the month of started probably in August till the first of the year. It took probably nearly 9,000 photos, so we probably got 5 months out of it. 9,000 photos, several video clips. We put it on high traffic areas. We put it on mineral sites. We put it on just about everything. Several areas where it was going to be getting constant usage. So the battery worked flawlessly. We never had any issues with it whatsoever. And we wanted to make sure that we ran this thing for a season before we even talked about it, because if it was a failure, then obviously we'd tell you it was a failure. But it worked great, and we're super happy with it. Herd 360, they make cables for the Reveal camera and maybe possibly some other cameras, but because we had the Spartan camera, we specifically went with this one. So I do believe that he also makes boxes himself, but we went the cheaper route and thought that we could make one ourselves, and it worked out great. So like I said, guys, this is a great setup if you're going to be traveling out of state and hunting areas that you're a long ways away from, that someplace that you're not going to be able to get to for several hours. You want to make sure that your camera is going to be working for you. So this is a great setup for us, and hopefully it works out well for you guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out in the comments section. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.